Hello, my dear students. How are you? I hope you all are fine and you enjoyed your summer vacations. So, it's time to be back again. Let us begin with a new energy and let's start with our literature syllabus of semester 1. So, I am beginning with literature chapter 3, which is Little Girls Wiser Than Men. Let's read the story to find out how the little girls were wiser than men. It was an early Easter. Sledging was only just over. Snow still lay in the yards and water ran in streams down the village street. So, Easter is a festival. It was just the early time of Easter, and sledging was over as it was the beginning of summers there, and the snow was converted into water which ran into small streams down the village street. Two little girls from different houses happened to meet in a lane between two homesteads, where the dirty water, after running through the farmyards, had formed a large puddle. So, as you all can see in the picture, the two little girls, they were from different houses and they met in a street where there was a puddle of water. One girl was very small, the other a little bigger. Their mothers had dressed them both in new frocks. The little one wore a blue frock, the other a yellow print, and both had red kerchiefs on their heads. Kerchiefs means handkerchiefs on their heads. They had just come from church when they met, and they first showed each other their finery and then they began to play. So, finery means whatever, as they were wearing new clothes, so they showed each other what new things they were having with them and they started playing in the puddle. Soon, the fancy took them to splash about in the water, and the smaller one was going to step into the puddle, shoes and all, when the elder checked her. "Don't go in so, Malasha," said she. "Your mother will scold you. I will take off my shoes and stockings, and you take off yours." So the little one is Malasha, and the elder one stopped her from going into the puddle like this. She said, "Remove your shoes and stockings first, and then enter the puddle to play." They did so. Then, picking up their frocks, they began walking towards each other through the puddle. The water came up to Malasha's ankles, and she said, "It is deep, Akulya. I am afraid." So, the name of the elder girl is Akulya. "Come on," replied the other. "Don't be frightened. It won't get any deeper." So, as the little one, Malasha, she was entering the puddle and the water touched her ankles, she was afraid that water must be more deeper. But Akulya said that, "No, it is not. You would not drown and you should enter." When they got near one another, Akulya said, "Mind, Malasha, don't splash. Walk carefully." Splash means she should not walk very fastly in the water, and water should not come up to the dresses. She had hardly said this when Malasha plumped down her foot so that the water splashed right onto Akulya's frock. So, as Akulya was warning Malasha not to walk in such a way that water splashes, the water actually splashed on Akulya's frock. The frock was splashed, and so were Akulya's eyes and nose. When she saw the stains on her frock, she was angry and ran after Malasha. Malasha was frightened, and seeing that she had got herself into trouble, she scrambled out of the puddle and prepared to run home. Just then Akulya's mother was passing. On seeing that her daughter's frock was splashed and her sleeves dirty, she said, "You naughty girl, what have you been doing?" "Malasha did it on purpose," replied the girl. Did it on purpose means she did it deliberately, right? So Akulya was thinking that Malasha did it deliberately so that her new frock should be spoiled. At this, Akulya's mother scolded Malasha. Malasha began to howl loudly so that she could be heard down the street. So when Akulya's mother started scolding Malasha, Malasha started howling very loudly, means crying very loudly, that her mother should hear the sounds of her crying and come up on the street. Her mother came out. "What are you scolding my girl for?" she said. One word led to another, and they had an angry quarrel. The men came out, and a crowd gathered in the street, everyone shouting and no one listening. So, what happened, just because of a little splash on the frock of Akulya, and her nose and eyes were also muddy? What happened? Akulya's mother got angry. She started scolding Malasha. Malasha's mother came out, all other men came out, and there was a fight. Quarrel started. They went on quarrelling till one gave another a push, and the affair had very nearly come to blows. So earlier it was verbal, now it had become physical. People started pushing each other. Then Akulya's old grandmother stepped in and tried to calm them. "What are you thinking of, friends? Is it right to behave so on a day like this, too? It was a time for rejoicing and not for such folly as this." So what Akulya's grandmother started, she was trying to calm everybody down, and she was trying to tell them that it was an Easter day and they should not spoil their day with such quarrel.